in at a huge rally here in the city, in New York City, where she told the crowd that the time for her progressive measures is now. Take a look.
There's a lot at stake in this election. And I know people are scared. But we can't choose a candidate we don't believe in just because we're too scared to do anything else. We win when we meet the moment. We win when we stand up for what is right.
She also got a key endorsement yesterday from the Progressive Working Families Party, who apparently backed Bernie in the last election. So what do you think? Is this, is it still too soon to tell? Is it a nice thing to see that she's surging in the polls? Does anybody really care? Am I talking too much?
I think Bernie Sanders should care.
I think people care a lot because it's the showdown between progressives and moderates. And my friend Amber Tamblyn was there last night, and she's a Elizabeth Warren, huge Elizabeth Warren fan. And she's one of the people I always ask because she's so progressive about how she feels. And she thinks Elizabeth Warren is the key to success in the future. I think, like you, have some questions about Biden. Biden's still surging in the polls everywhere else. I know, take that for what it's worth. One of my favorite things to do is play hypothetical campaign futures. And my husband and I were talking, just bear with me, this has a point, I promise. My husband and I were talking over the weekend that there's a real possibility that Bernie, Biden, and Warren all go to the convention and it's contested. Because which one of these three is dropping out? Bernie, it's the Alamo. This is his last stand all the way around.
That's right.
Biden is #1, and Elizabeth Warren's coming up fast and strong, and Warren and Biden are splitting the progressive vote, and it will be an absolutely incredible moment in history. It's just a hypothetical, but I did see Trump coming, and I thought he was going to win. So,
you know, I would like to say something for Elizabeth
That would be
Warren.
fascinating if that happened.
that's why I didn't talk about it in the meeting. I wanted to save it for the show.
I happen to love Elizabeth Warren. I think she would make a magnificent president. And I think that this whole talk about how she's too far to the left, it's a lot of hooey, frankly. I am the poster child.
You are Joy Bait.
I am the poster child for what they call democratic socialism. Unemployment insurance saved me many times. I've been fired several times. Social Security, Medicare, I have them both now. Thank you very much. I went to college for free. I have a master's degree that they paid for. Now, that's what democratic socialism is. It's not that the government is going to own all of the industries. Yeah, like that's going to happen in my lifetime, anybody's lifetime. Jeff Bezos is going to give over Amazon to the government. That is the crazy socialism. She's talking about helping people, whereas Donald Trump wants to rip every safety net out of everybody's hands and bring everybody to bankruptcy. So there is a major choice here. Think about it when you vote.
But I think there are a lot of people that are going to, if it is a Warren and Trump election, are going to say, I don't have a choice right now. Neither one of these two I'm excited to vote for. And I think that's a real problem in this country. You're Joy Behar, with all due respect. So what you think about Elizabeth Warren,
what I just said.
What Megyn said too, I think that her policies do scare some people.
Well, but I think
because people want a choice, and if they say the government is going to do it for you, if you're going to go to parts of this country and sell that message, that might do well in parts of this country, but other places they're going to say that's scary to me. I'm not going to vote for that. I'm going to hold my nose. But
isn't that the basis of the country? Is that we all don't think the same way, and yet we all used to gather around whoever won for the betterment of the nation. I think what's hard now is people are having a hard time gathering around the person who's presently in because they're not sure about whether it's good for the nation. I don't think people are not going to have a choice, but I will also remind people, you have a while before you have to make your decision. You don't have to make it tomorrow. Keep listening to what people say. But that's my suggestion.
But Sunny is the beta test for this. With all, I mean, because you're mixed on
the beta test,
because you're not fully in for Biden yet, which I think is why the table is interesting because she's an example of that. But
I don't think anyone's the heir apparent to my vote yet. And I think it's very early to answer your question. I think it's still very early. But I will say this. I do think that the majority of Americans, when they are polled, they want free public college tuition. They want raising minimum wage.
Right.
They want immigration reform. They want some sort of gun reform, and they want to reduce wage and income inequality. So I don't think that those are progressive beliefs.
Right.
Those are actually not too
Those are
far
American
left.
beliefs.
Those are American
But I would
beliefs.
love all of those things too. I would
Yeah.
love free education. I
And
would
you're
love
pretty
free
mo-
health
and
care.
you're very
moderate.
moderate. Look at this.
But ultimately you got to pay for those programs.
Well,
This is
And I
how she's
think
gonna
that's
pay
what-
for it.
Wait, hold up.
Can I
hold
tell
up,
you how
hold
she's
up.
gonna
and she seems to have a
Finish up.
plan for that.
Yes, she has a plan. She says that she would impose a 2% tax on wealth above $50 million. So if you make $50 million and they tax you 2%, big deal.
But I'd like a choice
and a 3% tax on wealth above $1 billion. Cough it up.
But there was quite a few policies in the last debate that she wasn't able to answer. We're very far out from this, so I'm going to get to the policies in a second. I want to go macro, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I want to do fast and loose with both of you, Bernie or Warren. Make a choice right now, quick.
Bernie's a little too grumpy for me.
There you go. See, but this is what I mean. The women in my life who are progressive
He's a little-
are it's fast. And again, I do this with all my friends, and I have friends that are liberal. I know it's insane, but like they're really going to her in a way that Bernie is losing so much support. And I believe part of it is the way he treated Hillary Clinton in the last election.
I think so. I think you're not wrong there. But I also, you know,
I'm not speaking for you.
I'm not with anybody yet.
Same.
You know, I'm not with anybody yet.
I'm
but
not
I've
either.
heard some interesting ideas. You know, our friend Mr. Yang. I talked to somebody else who gave me a better idea than even he
$1,000
has.
a month?
Yes. What my friend said is maybe the 4 big companies in America, the 4 big American companies that
Amazon, Facebook, Google.
Microsoft, you know, we're almost $1 trillion companies. For the 4
Pay
of
up,
them.
Apple.
They should give they should give each American 2 shares every year. It keeps Americans working with their companies, buying their companies, and saying this is what we should be doing. You should be doing a better job, or you're doing a good job because I'm part of this. I feel like I have something to say about it. They felt that was a better thing because it would allow people to really work around and see how they fit into the wealth scale. They can buy more if they want to, or they can just continue to accumulate it. And he said it's a much better thing. It's better for the country because it keeps, you know, capitalism going. It keeps everybody going, and everybody is part of all of these companies. I like that. And if you don't want to keep it this year, you can sell your shares. So if it's each company does 2 shares every year. I just keep hearing greater and greater ideas. I'm just waiting for somebody to say, we're going to do this. Because you've got to, you know, the government has to say, this is what we're doing, whether it's $1,000 a month or shares. The government has to say, these companies have been built on our backs.
He's definitely the grassroots sleeper hit of this election. I personally would like to go to one of his after parties because they look really fun. And I will say, if he keeps doing, because he's dancing like crazy, if he does this well, it'll be a very interesting, out of the gate, anti-Tim Kaine VP pick. I tell you, I do this for fun in my spare time. You're into that, sir.
I want somebody to start thinking about how they're going to take care of us. That's what I want. These companies are here. We're putting them over the top, making them $1 trillion companies. I feel like we can participate. I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think it's socialist or communist or who's it with.